Well, I'm shocked, as many I believe are shocked. It's certainly an interesting turn of events that I really didn't see coming. But then again, I don't spend too much time thinking about what they're going to do next or what's going to happen next. Let's just say what's going to happen next. Um, in this video, I'll share my thoughts on the Trump situation. Probably not going to be what you think it's going to be or what you assume I'm going to say. But nevertheless, let's chime in about it and let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below if you choose to share them. Too long didn't read. My thoughts on the situation are, I don't have any thoughts on the situation. As a human being to another human being, I hope everyone involved is okay. I don't want anyone to suffer or get hurt, But when I heard about the attempt on Trump's life, I didn't have any thoughts whatsoever because after the last 4 years, I don't think about what the media and the news says, and I don't think about what politicians say, and I don't put my attention out there because they lost me. Like, I lost the plot. And I'm glad I lost the plot. I was kind of not with the plot prior to 2020, but they went too far outside of my ability to track them in 2020. They went too far into like weird world. So since 2021, I don't watch the news even more, and I don't trust the news even more, and I don't trust politicians even more. The reality is, little blue Martians could come down from outer space and land in the world, and the media could be covering, and I wouldn't watch it. I don't care what they show me or say to me. And it's not even because I have any level. Well, it is because I don't trust them. See, when a person shows me they're a liar and a deceiver and a fearmonger and a manipulator, I don't care why they're manipulating or how they're manipulating or what the end goal is. When the media for a whole year uses high-level psychological programming to manipulate the emotional state, to try to manipulate the emotional state of us. In this case, it was fear. For a whole year, we watched fear videos. Some people watched fear videos all day, every day. And I believe that was the foundation to get us to accept a solution. Again, Hegelian dialectic style, but I believe it was a psychological bullshit. And I don't watch people that try to pull psychological bullshit on me. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be in the same room with it. I think it is super bad energy. Super bad energy. So I don't watch their stuff. And again, I don't care what the event was or what the thing was. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not looking about it. I did watch the video, the 30-second clip of the video the other day. Just to see what it was, but I don't want any commentary. I don't want any this or that, because the other reason, and I was getting to this earlier, is, excuse me, it's a waste of my time and a bad investment of my time to give my attention and energy to anything outside of myself at this point in my life. That's what I've realized on my own journey. I didn't always think this way because I have watched plenty of television in my day and plenty of news in the early days, mindlessly for the most part. That's my own experience. But that's probably maybe 50-50. One, they're liars. 50% they're liars. And 50% I have other things on my to-do list. Like, purpose and mission, and you have it too. The things that God put inside of us and all of us. That's far more important than paying attention to the news and the media, who I know are masters of manipulation and masters of attention hijacking and masters of drawing our focus away from what we should be focusing on. That's what really made me get in the game and start sharing information and clips and ideas in 2020, late 2021, 22. I saw people's attention and focus being hijacked to a degree I had never seen before. Like they were like, okay, way out here instead of right in here. And I was like, oh shit, this is a huge problem because people outside of themselves people outside of other people are working to influence those people to do things they wouldn't normally do. That's a huge problem for all of us and all of us individually as well. I'm totally fine if people are like, yeah, I'm going to do this thing. I'm inspired to do this thing, or I'm inspired to take this thing. I'm going to say something when I see a person manipulated or influenced to do something that they wouldn't normally have done. Personally, I didn't see a reason to go that far with shutting down the world and making a special medicine to give to people because I didn't see the problem with my own eyes. I know doctors are saying, yeah, it was a major problem. I know certain people in our sector are saying, yeah, it was a major problem. That may be all well and fine. I didn't see it. And so, of course, I'm not going to act on something that I don't see. And when I see a lot of people acting on something that they didn't see either, but someone told them was happening, that's an effing problem. That'll draw a people pleaser who doesn't want to make waves or offend anyone out of their shell and be like, hey guys, do you want to pay attention to this? Do you think this is happening? I think it might be happening. Let's have a conversation about this. It's important. It's important because I don't think anyone wants to continue to be financially enslaved to a few people in our world. I don't think it's something people have on their vision board. Yeah, I want the price of housing to go through the roof so me or my children can never buy a home again, which is a powerful wealth creator. We don't want that opportunity. We'll give that to the quote unquote 1%. There's a lot of problems, a lot of challenges facing our world that have nothing to do with the bullshit you're going to see on the television. They're never going to tell you the actual problem because those mofos created and or facilitate that problem. I don't know anyone who sits around the world or was sitting around the world. Well, they were after people put it in their minds. I don't think about CLIMATE CHANGE. I don't think about that. I don't think about COVID. I did in the thick of it when they were hammering hard psychologically and I was washing my hands like a maniac. I feel like a fool now for doing it because I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. Well played. Well played. Yeah, it's wild. Anyway, there's my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Are you still, tuned into these guys? And to what degree, I think people are waking up in mass, and they're realizing that we've been played a long time. We've been manipulated. We've been artificially influenced. It shuts down our ability to use our brain. It shuts down our ability to think. When we have these machines, all these machines doing things for us, and now you got AI, and I'm diving into AI from a different standpoint, as a standpoint of, I don't want to lose my cognitive ability. You use it or lose it in life. I don't want to not be able to think. I want to be able to think critically, especially at this point in time. There's so much shit going on. But if you don't see it or want to see it or feel it or into it or discern it, it might go right by you. And there's some incredible things happening right now. And I just get frustrated sometimes when I know people don't want to be more financially enslaved. I know they don't want to lose their freedoms. I know they want to have more prosperity and abundance in their lives. And I know they want to have a good opportunity for their children, but they're not quite connecting the dots as far as what has happened over the last 50 years to America and or the world. We're all in this together. You know, the wealth transfer and the power transfer to a small group of people, that's the problem for humanity. It's not climate BS. It's not COVID BS. It's nothing of those things. Those are the distractions that they're putting out there to blind you from what's really happening. And it's happening right before our eyes. It's like the greatest, well, David Rogers Webb calls it the great taking. They've been taking from us. They've been artificially influencing us. They've been manipulating us. They've been undermining society. They've been transferring wealth from all countries of the world, including America, into the hands of those people. That's what I believe COVID was. Again, may ruffle some feathers, but I just, in a world that is run by money, money is the answer. Why did they do it? Money. Why are they doing it? Money. Why are they doing it? Money, power, and control. It's also wild to me that the entire history of the human race is one of a small group of people want to conquer the world. Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, supposedly Hitler. All countries at one point or time was like, we're going to take over this whole bitch. We're going to run this shit. And now in 2024, you explain that to a person that, hey, do you think it's possible that a small group of people could be going to take over the world and potentially do nefarious things to us? And it's like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. That's where we're at with a lot of people. That's the mental hijacking. That's the level of mental hijacking that has gone on. That is the psychological operation that has been in play for decades to put people like myself who are like, hey, do you want to talk about this or think about this? That a small group of people could be trying to take over the world and create a quote unquote new world order? Do you want to entertain that as a possibility? Here's the evidence that I have gathered. It's all in the Great Awakening Guide, greatawakeningguide.com. Here's the resources that I looked at that I come to that conclusion. Like if someone brought that to me and said, hey, if these guys get their way, it's going to suck really bad for you and your family. And I mean really bad. I would take a look at that shit. That's just me, because I would rather avoid pain and suffering sooner than later. I would rather nip it in the bud. That's why I changed my diet in my 20s, mid-20s. I was like, oh, I better stop eating this bullshit. It's not good for me. I totally just projected out when I was 80, and I'm like, well, eventually you're going to have to start eating better anyways. Why not just start it now? Add some spices and salt to these vegetables. Learn about diet and nutrition. And ironically enough, that's the path that led me to realize the federal GOV is totally full of shit. Because once you realize that everything they recommend in the food pyramid and the FDA approves to be sold in the stores is complete and total bullshit and antithetical to health and wellness. So it's like a red flag. Either they're dumb AF or they're up to some bullshit. Again, you got to arrive at your own conclusion. There are many roads to which a person can arrive. The other road that I arrived was zoning laws. Cities all around the nation are changing their zoning laws. And I did a whole 11-part series on my YouTube channel about the bullshit of that. It's all designed to pull more wealth from Americans and give it to the GOV. And it is a clever trick. Most people don't see it. There's clever tricks I don't see. I see the clever trick they've been playing in the financial arena, taking our money and bailing out Wall Street multiple times, using our money and investment money to purchase private individual single-family homes and remove them from the home pool forever. Forever. You thought the housing market was tight a year ago? Wait 5 or 10 years. Most people will never, the percentage of people that own a home will go down and down and down until it's all in their control. That's what they want, again, the control. It's coming from these big investment firms, primarily BlackRock. They have a whole AI machine designed to gobble up all the assets. Yeah, it's all happening. It's all happening right in front of our eyes, but the distractions and the bullshit all over. All over. That is, again, reason number 572 that I don't pay attention to them, because whatever they're doing, whatever they're showing you, they're distracting you from what you really should be looking at. I don't know why people don't know this, again, in 2024. That's the level of psychological manipulation that is happening. And I think you might have to remove yourself from it for 10, 15, 20 years before you finally reach ground zero of, wow, what happened to me? Like you wake up from the trance that we've been in America, like the Gaza-Israel trance. I had no idea about the Nakba. I didn't know. If I learned about it, I forgot about it. I had no idea they displaced over 700,000 Palestinians and did horrible, horrendous things to them in 1948. I had no idea. I had no idea about the Khazarian people. I'd never heard of them before. If you've never heard of something before and you have no idea what it is and you came through the public education system, that's a freaking clue that you might be manipulated. You might have been manipulated. And remember, sometimes they don't even have to manipulate you. They just have to not tell you something, not tell us something. You know? It's a wild time. There's my thoughts. I appreciate you for listening to me. If you haven't picked it up, I'm probably today or tomorrow launching out version 4 of the Great Awakening Guide with many more resources, articles, books, etc. That's at greatawakeningguide.com. If you are interested in capitalizing on the media opportunity that is available in the world right now, I want to invite you to check out mediabusinessblueprint.com. That's the guide that I created to share all of the systems and processes and mindset, the production ideas, the ideation, creation ideas for you to start your own media business and make an impact and potentially make an income. We are in an information war. It's a war of ideas. There's no guarantee we're going to make it out on top, but the more people that get in this information war and share truth, the better our chances are, because we have to wake up everyone. We have to convince them that those mofos they've been listening to and watching and allowing them to influence them and giving their power out to them. You know, giving your attention to someone and saying, I hope you save my country, or I hope you do me great in taxes. I hope you don't raise my taxes, or I hope you avoid this or that and the other thing. See, I'm done with that part. I'm done with that part. I don't care anymore, because you realize that's your most valuable asset is your attention and your focus and what you put in your mind and what ideas you entertain. And if you're not entertaining inspired ideas that are right for you on your path, probably not. You're probably going to regret that at some point in life, because those people are yanking your chain and yanking our chain and have been yanking our chain for a long time. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. That's mediabusinessblueprint.com. Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you. Leave me a thumbs up if you like it, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.